All right, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here. I just want to mention that whoever invited you here really loves you because they're excited to share this with you. And I am honored. My name is Kristina Ammon, and it is really my pleasure to impart that my experience and this knowledge of this superfood nutrition program with you to see if it's something that's a match for you and that you might join us to thrive in 2025. So, a little bit about me. I'm a wife and a mother and an organic farmer, and I have been nourished by these superfoods for the past 8 years. I was interested in cleansing and fasting prior and have been really interested in health for, just up leveling my own issues. And I have been absolutely delighted to overcome digestive issues and a whole lifetime prior of bloating and constipation and eczema and lethargy and all kinds of things, and really start to become athletic and fit and full of vitality and have glowing skin. And I'm almost 50 years old, and I feel like I've just been growing younger each year that I'm on this program. So I'm really excited to share with you today. And let's get started. So I am going to share with you that the goal of Thrive is in 2025 is to create community. We're really about being together, and that accountability helps us with our health goals. And so we can enter the year with grace and ease and joy, moving away from overwhelm and into overflow. So drop a 1 in the comments if that sounds good to you, with our daily health routines and commitments to our health. In 2025, you might be looking to reduce stress or create hormone balance, sleep deeper, think clearer, amp up your gut health, which was a big thing for me. Cultivate beauty from the inside out. We're going to hear more about what that means. Supporting our immune system, cleanse and detox, boost energy levels. And you might have other goals, and feel free to put those in the chat as well. So we have a really supportive community connection, and that has lent itself to just amplified exponential results in what we're getting out of this program. So there are the superfoods, there is the whole food meals that are going to be part of your program. There are going to be lifestyle choices and habit shifts, and all of it comes about because we're cheering each other on, we're holding each other accountable, we're celebrating each other, we're hearing ideas and perspectives from each other that we wouldn't have seen by ourselves. And so it's a really special opportunity. We're empowering each other. We have restorative wellness practices and sustainable health routines that can really replace maybe some of the other habits that are time to throw them out the window. So we're really excited to live in our overflow. And I don't know how many people have heard that quote that when we're giving, we really want to give from the saucer, the teacup. We don't want to be giving from our own cup. We want to be in such overflow that we're giving from the excess that's on the saucer. And that's the place that we want to get to. So drop a 2 in the comments if that sounds good to you. If you're somebody who's like, I have been in overwhelm, I have been in exhaustion, and I would love to come from that place where I'm just overflowing. My cup is overflowing and I have that much to give. So that's what we are here to help create. So let's identify the problem that we are providing a solution for. Did you know that just over 100 years ago, all food was organic? Vegetables grew from the earth. Fruit was picked directly from the tree. Pure, dense, nutrient-dense foods were abundant, and chemically preserved foods were almost non-existent. Food was fresh and water was pure. Wouldn't that be an amazing place to live? Amazing time to live. It's really different right now. And that's why we have what we have. We are the most overfed and yet undernourished and over-medicated country in the history of the world. Like, we are living in the most toxic times in the history of the planet. And a lot of this comes down to the choices that we make. We have busy lifestyles. Society has got us going at such a fast pace with stimulants from all over and pressures from all over and squeezes on economy and all kinds of things going all the time, that convenience is a really important factor in our lifestyle right now. And so what we talk about here is the difference between nutrient dense food versus calorie high food but nutrient low. And so we have nutrient dense, which isn't super calorie high, and that's going to be a big part of the solution. So another part of the problem is glyphosate. Drop a 1 in the comments if you've heard of glyphosate. Some people have, some people haven't. Drop a 2 if you haven't heard about it. It's a buzzword right now because there's been lawsuits that have been won against the company that has put this out. Glyphosate is found in 75% of the food that we eat, even organic food, unfortunately. And it's the active ingredient in Roundup, which I'm sure you've heard of, and it's been linked to cancer, infertility, autoimmune, autism, dementia, gluten intolerances, and the list continues. Sadly, this is the first generation where parents are expected to outlive their children. And besides glyphosate, which is such a huge issue, we have artificial colors and sweeteners and preservatives, and are found in 95% of all foods. And they're linked to diabetes and high blood pressure and hyperactivity and cancer. Worldwide obesity has more than doubled since 1990, and adolescent obesity has quadrupled. So a lot of times we go to the grocery store and what we see is not really food. You know, drop a 3 in the comments if you've heard that term, shop the perimeter, meaning like most of that packaged stuff in the middle, in the interior of the store on the shelves, is garbage. And not just garbage, but like full of it's poison. So this is the world we live in, right? We're identifying the problem. And scientific evidence indicates that over 90% of all diseases are stress related. So if we're being stressed by the foods we eat, we also know that we're being stressed by the society that we live in and those pressures. And so many of us are burnt out and exhausted, and yet we ignore our symptoms, power through the day because we're strong, and maybe have to lean on medication or coping in other ways that aren't so beneficial for us. So we're, again, here to provide solutions, because what happens in that kind of stress response? Well, we can end up with a weakened immune system, which makes us more susceptible. I know for myself, if I don't sleep because I'm powering through and getting more done, that's the number one way that I can come down with some sort of sickness. We can gain weight because of the spikes of cortisol levels that happen with stress. And it can stimulate appetite and promote fat storage. We can have increased blood sugar. This can lead to weight gain, insulin resistance, and type 2 diabetes. And we can have impaired cognitive function, difficulty concentrating, memory problems, and reduced mental clarity. So thriving isn't just a state of mind, it's also a state of body. And so we're here to help change the biochemistry so we can see benefits in all these other ways that have to do with our emotions and our mental state and our relationships and our joy and all of that. So nutrient-dense food is at the core of what we do, and it's affecting energy levels, digestion, sleep, mood. With those nutrient-dense foods, gut health, and hormone balance, we can really thrive in 2025. And again, for anybody who has experienced this state of thriving, we'd love to see your comments in the chat. So here's some fun nerding out information if you don't already know how the gut and the brain are connected. We've probably heard that. The vagus nerve actually connects them, and it's the longest nerve in the body, and it plays a crucial role in transmitting signals between the two. So a healthy gut can improve vagus nerve function, leading to better mood regulation, because this is our nervous system, and reduce stress. So that's huge. You know, most people, if you talk to them, have some level of stress, some level of like, oh my gosh, life is so full, I'm so busy. So to be able to support them in just daily eating choices and not having that have an immediate effect on their stress levels and sense of busyness and sense of overwhelm is so powerful. So that's why I'm repeating a lot of this a bunch. The gut microbiome can influence the production and regulation of hormones, including cortisol, the stress hormone. A healthy gut microbiome can help in reducing stress and anxiety. Hallelujah. So in 2025, we are stepping into our highest potential of deeply nourishing our bodies, minds, and spirits. We will be consuming organic, sustainable superfoods grown in mineral-rich soils. These soils, I could spend a whole hour talking about the amazing soils of Purium, but suffice it to say, they're amazing, that provide your body with essential vitamins and nutrients to support the body's ability to thrive. A 90+ day journey that will deeply nourish, alkalize, and gently detoxify the body. Yeah, I love seeing these testimonials jumping in on the chat, having brain fog lifted, whole family is thriving on it. We are inviting you to embark on a lifestyle transformation and thrive in 2025. So this is with the ultimate lifestyle transformation. You can see in the picture there, those are the products. I'm going to speak a little bit about each one, but this is basically that convenience I spoke to that is important in such a fast-paced life, without the compromise. So it's healthy fast food. This isn't going through the drive-through and just getting whatever junk or grabbing something off the shelf. Well, you are going to grab it off your shelf, but it's actually so good for you because of that high nutrient content, low calorie content. And it's focused on gut health, and it has that anti-inflammatory, high alkalinity. It's living food. It's just going to bring so much vitality. I love it. And we're going to be creating healthy habits. That is such a huge part of what we're doing. Most of life is all about the small habits. And if they're ingrained bad habits, they just really create a deep rut of problem in our life. And if we can replace those healthy habits, it's so much more important that we replace the habits than the actual food itself. Like if you just go on a diet, it doesn't create that rut of a new habit. So what I love about these products is just by adding them in, just adding them in, and you're going to choose for yourself on a spectrum of what you eliminate. You can go super extreme and be all raw vegan, or you can say, that's not for me. I'm still going to have a little bit of animal products here and there, or somewhere in the middle. No matter where you are on the spectrum, just by adding all this good stuff in, your body will naturally start to have cravings for healthier foods. It will naturally let go of unhealthy habits, temptations, cravings, and addictions. And that means you don't have to exert willpower and discipline to reach your health goals. It's your body will cue you, and it'll start to want the good stuff more and more. So amazing. Drop a 9 if you've experienced that, and if you love that part of Purium. So we have the highest, most potent food. Like I mentioned, the soils that we have are the 1% of soils that are not depleted of nutrients, which means our food is in that 1% that's not depleted. It's the healthiest fast food. It's the easiest and inexpensive way to get fruits and vegetables. We have the glyphosate solution, which is we actually have a product that pulls glyphosate out of the gut, replenishes probiotics and prebiotics, and heals the gut microbiome from the glyphosate damage, which is basically like a major antibiotic. So various functions and benefits. Everybody's coming in with a different story, different needs, different goals, and Purium can meet just about everybody. And then we have the Smart Order, which sets you up to continue and maintain the results that you're having. Again, I'm 8 years into this. I just did another ultimate lifestyle transformation last month, still seeing results, still seeing my skin clear up, still seeing my teeth get whiter, still seeing my muscles grow stronger and leaner, still seeing my belly get flatter and my abs come out in a good way. Still seeing my energy levels and joy elevate. So it just keeps, we just keep winning. Okay, so I'm going to talk about each of the products in your pack. The Power Shake, drinking one right here. Cheers to health. More energy levels really helps with those cravings that I had mentioned before. We're detoxifying the cells. This is a lot of green stuff, grasses and vegetables and algae and all of this green alkalizing stuff, but it tastes yummy, right? Drop a comment if you know how yummy it tastes. It's the yummiest grass, algae, vegetable combo you've ever had. And it satisfies hunger. So you're going to start eating less. You're not going to want to eat those big meals. Drop a 5 in the comments if you're the person who always overate before, in the past. That was me. It was like I couldn't ever get fully satisfied because the food I was eating wasn't as nutrient dense. So my solution was just eat more, even though I was full, even though my belly was stuffed. Not lent itself to a lot of my digestive issues, but I just always overate. I didn't know another way. And I can say that I never overeat. My body's cues are very crystal clear. I'm like, oh, I'm done, very comfortably done. And then it digests easily and I'm light and I don't have all that cramping and bloating and gas and heaviness and lethargy that I used to have. Hallelujah. And then it helps burn fat with some of the ingredients in there actually help burn fat, which is incredible. Super Aminos 23 is another product that's going to come. I take this every single morning and before a workout. This helps build lean muscle. It burns fat and builds that muscle even if you're not working out. It improves skin elasticity and it's a brain food, so it improves mental function. This is the most potent form of protein that I've ever found. You're going to get 99% bioavailability versus even plant, but especially animal-based proteins, you're getting like 30-something% bioavailability because the body has to then process the part that it can't use through the kidney and liver and deal with all that waste. So that's why sometimes like heavier foods, you're like, oh, I'm so tired now. Like it didn't necessarily give you, whereas Super Amino 23, in 23 minutes, those aminos hit. It gives the body the aminos it needs to actually produce protein. So that's the best way to have protein, not to eat protein, but to get amino acids and then produce protein. And then you have just tons of energy. So give us love on the super aminos. Yep, love super aminos, a must every day. And I love this comment I'm seeing here too about how glyphosate inhibits the body's ability to absorb nutrients properly. And that leads me right into Biomedic. So this is our product that removes glyphosate. It's really the #1 thing that has helped people with bloating for sure. That is a across the board testimonial. And have a healthy immune response because of that stronger gut. It's also linked directly we have complete clinical third-party trials, scientific trials proving how Biomedic is removed from the gut within a 6-week trial, 74%, and then 75% reduction in C-reactive protein, which is the marker for inflammation. So clearly there's a direct result there between glyphosate and inflammation. And here's the solution right here. So Apothecary, this is our night serum. It is one ingredient, tart cherry, distilled to a nice syrup that you add water. You can put it in a wine glass. It's like having a nice glass of wine in the evening. If that was an old habit, you can replace it with this. If it wasn't, you can just feel fancy. And this puts you into a deep state of sleep at night, a deep REM state, where that's when all your cells are being replenished that got damaged throughout the day from just being human on this planet. But basic everyday stressors, emotional or EMFs or whatever it is. And then you wake up refreshed because you had this deep sleep and these cells were actually replenished. And that's why you get healthier skin, and it's that healthy inflammatory response, and it's such a powerful antioxidant. And we can say it's an anti-aging component, and even pain reduction. So this is the #1 food on the planet that helps the body produce natural melatonin. Super incredible product. And our final product in the package, if you're not pregnant or breastfeeding, you will be using the Super Cleansar as a gentle parasite cleanse to address mold and yeast and candida and fungus, and break up what most humans are walking around with pounds and pounds of excess fecal matter that's just sitting there because the body doesn't know how to digest it, because it probably wasn't meant to be digested by our bodies. And so this Super Cleanser is going to go help break that up, and you're going to be flushing it out with more shakes and hydrating fruits and vegetables and liquids so that you can increase healthy bowel function and reduce toxins and buildup, and eliminate those parasites, mold, yeast, fungus. And if you are pregnant or nursing, no worries. We have cracked cell chlorella as the alternative for you that you can take every single day. It's a powerful blood builder, supports healthy growth, cell growth and function, and it also diverts any detoxification that you're experiencing away from the breast milk and into the colon, which is so great. So your babies aren't getting the detoxification that you're experiencing. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so those are the products of the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation. And you can customize it. You may have goals that have to do with building your immune function, or building collagen, or having more brain function, or athletic function. So we have the basic pack, and then you can do a few add-ons that may focus these target areas. All right, so let's look at some testimonials. Here, my friends, sisters, Dominique and Diana, I'm obsessed with this pack. This is the collagen pack. The dark berry protein shake is so light and refreshing. I always start my day with fruit, so this is the perfect addition to my morning routine. My nails have never been longer or stronger. I no longer get acrylics or dip powder on my nails because my natural nails are growing so fast. These foods have helped me connect to my natural beauty on a deeper level. And then Ashley dropped 15 pounds, 6 inches melted off the waist, feeling energetic without the need of caffeine. That's amazing. Is pleased with the physical benefits, is feeling better emotionally and mentally. I can relate to all of that. And then Roxanne, building a new life at almost 53 years old. Yeah, 7 pounds lost, decreased inflammation, greater flexibility. Clothes are fitting better, deeper sleep. Joanna lost 18 pounds and 4 inches off her waist, less inches on her arms and legs. Energy levels have increased. Her skin is more radiant, feels absolutely amazing. Are you seeing a pattern, anybody? And then Raw, another friend of mine, no soreness, performance enhanced, recovery enhanced. He wanted to work out every single day. But before that, he hadn't felt motivated to work out in years. So he's right back at it. And then Jane, she saw a difference from day one. The texture of her hair changed, the texture of her skin changed, the texture of her nails changed. So, with that, I'm going to invite a few live voices to come share their testimonials. And the first one I want to have is Robert. Are you here to share with us, Robert, your what you've noticed since you've been on this program?
Yes, I am here. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm coming up on 5 years consuming these products and sharing about them and just living this lifestyle. I got into Purium through an ex-partner of mine who had Lyme's disease, and I literally watched her for 2 years go through the healthcare system with debilitating symptoms of fatigue and joint pain and brain fog. And she would get hives like head to toe randomly. And she went to so many doctors, like 3 or 4 autoimmune specialists, and none of them were able to help. They would give her this steroid or that steroid, this antibiotic, and then just pass her on to the next doctor. Symptoms were not um, being alleviated, and I watched it happen for 2 years until she came across the ultimate lifestyle transformation. And within like 5 or 6 days, all of her symptoms dissipated, and she continued on. She did 3 ULTs in a row, so 90 days, and to this day she hasn't had any flare-ups, and she still lives the lifestyle. And it really inspired me to take a deeper look at my health. I was experiencing acid reflux since 16 years old and sugar cravings. I never did a parasite cleanse before. I never even knew what glyphosate was. And within the first couple of days, I noticed a huge difference of what I wanted to be eating before the power shake. I remember tasting one of her power shakes and being like, oh, this is nasty. It's like all grassy and I didn't like it. And then I learned that our taste buds are directly correlated with our pH balance. And as I cleansed and detoxified and alkalized, I started to crave the power shake. And yeah, all of these products, I take them at least once a day. Well, not the super cleanse R, only when I do the ultimate lifestyle transformation, but I'm just so grateful and I feel blessed to be continuing to see more and more results of like Ra's story of actually wanting to work out and having more energy than I did when I was a teenager and I was an athlete. I played basketball and but I ate sugary foods, I ate fast food, and my cells actually feel alive and nourished at a deep level now. So yeah, if you're thinking about doing this, definitely think you should. And blessings on everyone's journey. So happy to be here. And thank you, Christina and Rita and Mary and everyone.
Awesome. Thank you, Robert. You're glowing. You look great. I've definitely seen the transformation over all these years. So good. Chelsea, are you here and willing to share your short 4 month journey with us?
Yes, I'm here. Hi. Thanks,
Hi.
Christina. So yeah, I've only been on Purium for 4 months, but it has just been an amazing journey so far. So like you were talking about, I've had a really weakened immune system. I was constantly getting UTIs, constantly sick. I was just constantly having to stay at home and not really experiencing life.
Mm.
And then I started doing the ULT and or Purium, and I have so much more energy. I no longer get UTIs. I've lost a bunch of weight and I just feel so much better. It's just been the best transformation for me so far, and I'm just looking forward to more things to come. I know that
How
there's
many
gonna
pounds?
I think about I think I weighed myself this morning. I have to think about it. Around 20. Yeah.
Significant. Yeah.
Which is amazing, especially since we just went through the holiday season. For me, I'll usually like gain a bunch back during that time, but yeah, it was great. I haven't seen
Amazing.
that.
Yeah. And I know too, Chelsea, that you had a lot of issues with anxiety and having to like stay home for not being able to even like show up around people and adrenal issues, and that has really shifted for you as well and your ability to, like you said, experience life. So such an amazing testimonial. Thank you so much for sharing. And we have one more, Dodie. You want to share with us what you've noticed and also just a few months, couple months maybe.
Yeah, I was just looking at my tracker. I'm not quite to the 3 month mark or the 90-day mark, um, but almost. And I have to admit, I I kind of took a break during the holidays from my routine. So I was like super um, following the protocol, the ULT protocol with my shakes and everything, for the first like month and a half, 2 months. Then the holidays came around. I wasn't really having any cravings, but there was just like after a few days, I started, like everybody's having the cheesecake, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, I'm just gonna have the cheesecake. So, but the reason why I'm telling you that is because I know that's when I really noticed the difference where I'm like, oh, once I got off track, I could really see how all those symptoms came back. So the things that I've noticed the most are I dropped about 8 pounds, had a flat tummy, so my bloating had significantly decreased. Um, skin issues were beginning to clear up. I have a chronic back issue. I have a degenerative um, disc disease, just from an injury and some bone spurs and things like that. But so I have this like chronic inflammation, but that like was completely reduced to the point where one of my favorite epiphanies was that day that I was catching waves on the boogie board with Kristina. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I never even thought I'd be able to do this because my back was in so much pain and it was just like anyway. So I was like, wow. And then the next day, I started my period, and I had no idea I was going to start my period because all of those PMS symptoms were gone. And so that was another epiphany. And all my periods have been like that since I started on the ultimate lifestyle transformation. It's like a surprise. I'm like, oh, usually I get like cramping, lower back pain. So I've been thrilled with the results so far. I tell that story about falling off track because the symptoms returned. So it was very obvious to me that that was the correlation. And it was very clear. So now I'm back on track and I'm kind of like getting back to myself again with my energy levels because my energy levels went down too when I was having cheesecake and ham. So yeah, I'm
Such
stoked.
Awesome. That is such a great testimonial. So many nuggets in there that thank you for those details because that's really like there's so many things that we don't even realize we're suffering with. We're just like, oh, this is life. I have to live with this. And then all of a sudden it goes away. We're like, what? Life can get better. It's just amazing. So thank you everybody for your voices. Drop some love in the comments for everybody's shares there. And we're gonna keep going on here so you can we can finish up. So let's go over some facts here. How much does it cost? Well, the basic ULT is $384, which comes down to actually less than $13 a day for 2 organic superfood meals. 2 organic superfood meals. You're getting 60 meals throughout the month. That $13 a day could cover that could be less than like one meal if you go out to most places, even junk places. Somebody said McDonald's is like $15 for a meal or Chipotle or something. So it is an incredible value. Why 90 days? Well, science shows that it takes 90 days to create a new habit, and we surely spent decades accumulating these symptoms. So let's give ourselves the time to really unpack and undo and redo some new habits and some new ways. Are there suggested foods to eat alongside the program? Yes, indeed. Whole organic food. not the processed food, not the junk. This is a great time to start to wean yourself off of anything you know is an aggravant, whether it's, and again, everybody's journey is different, and we get to modify and customize this for you and where you're at, and talk to the person who's sharing this with you. But you know, there's just a lot of common things that this might be the time to let go of those and just see how your body feels, and then renegotiate your decision whether or not you want to go forward with those things. Those might be animal products, or like it says here, processed foods or trans fats, or even wheat, or here it's asking about consuming alcohol and coffee on the program. Can you? Sure, you get to do whatever you want, but you will see better results if you don't, or at least decrease the amount, or work on weaning yourself off throughout the program. We highly encourage you to take a before and after picture, even if you never show anyone, even if it's just for yourself, to see those results. Even if it's not about weight, even if it's not about anything in particular, you will see a glow. You will see that reduction in inflammation. You will see a reduction in puffiness, or perhaps like skin color or rashiness or texture that will feel really good, that you can celebrate at the end of that 90 days. And hey, you might want to share it with people who would love to also see those results. So definitely take a picture when you get started. Is this program a miracle pill? No. Our bodies are the miracle. Our bodies are designed amazingly well, and by adding in these superfoods, it helps our bodies to create natural homeostasis. So we have a few bonuses to this 2025 Thrive program that begins on Saturday. We're going to have a welcome call where people can, you know, identify their goals and meet each other and form community and accountability, personal support and guidance from the person who's invited you. We're going to have weekly transformation calls on Thursday. This is where you can, again, get to know the community, ask questions, hear about recipes and tips and ideas, handle any challenges or hurdles you're experiencing, help you stay on track so that you don't have to have that story of, oh gosh, now I know what it's like to get off track. And, you know, again, just get your answers, get your questions answered. We also have a Facebook group and a WhatsApp thread. So you can participate as much or as little as you want to. But for those of us who really thrive on community, we have it all. It's going to be super fun, super loving, and you might make some friends for life. So there's some more bonuses. You get a step-by-step guide to getting started with your ULT. You get a free ebook from our owner-founder, Dave, The Toxin That Came to Dinner, all about glyphosate. Really great to educate ourselves on what we're doing. A free digital copy of our transformation book, which really explains all of the products and all of the ingredients and benefits. A 5-day color pop challenge. You'll get to hear more about that, but it's basically like, okay, now we're going to today make sure that we're eating red, and another day make sure we're eating orange, and really getting all of those nutrients from our whole foods that we're including and eating the colors of the rainbow. And you'll get our Thrive in 2025 guide, all for free with the cost of your superfoods. In addition, we're doing a giveaway. Who wants to win $250 cash? You qualify for that with the purchase of your ULT, and that includes whether you're on month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anybody who's purchasing gets to do that. Make a social post. Use the hashtag Thrive in 2025 with us on your post. Tag the person who you signed up with. Introduce yourself in the Facebook group with a picture, you know, and maybe talk about your goals. And then we're going to announce the winner in 2 days. So you have a couple more days to enter, help get your friends involved in entering. And you have to be present on the call to win on Saturday. So I'm really excited to see who's going to get that nice cash relief in a couple days. So get back with the person who invited you to this call to join us to Thrive in 2025 and get 25% off your ULT. You can also ask about our HSA FSA partnership program, which I just had 2 people get 2 ULTs get 100% reimbursement through this program because Purium has now been regarded as a medical necessity. Finally, food is being seen as medicine. So that is a huge step and a huge progress. And so we want to help people take advantage of that. And finally, Thrive in 2025 is an opportunity to step into being unapologetically you through the support of organic superfoods and supported community connection. We will be focusing not only on the physical aspects of well-being, but also emotional and mental well-being. It's a year of aliveness, deeper connection, meaningful pursuits, and growth. Let's get started together. So you can also invite some of your friends to join with you. We do have this welcome call coming up. You can share this replay with anyone. And if you want to learn more about how you can even nourish your financial health with this program, get back with the person who's sharing this with you. I'm going to leave the recording up for anybody who would love to share your voice or ask a question, and then I'm going to stop the recording for anybody who has a question or wants to share your voice off the recording. So this is the time where I open it up. If anybody wants to share a story or ask a question, now is the time. Thank you everybody for being here and everybody who shared so far. You can either do the raise your hand thing or just come off mute and start sharing. And also, if you put in the chat if you want to ask a question, but you're waiting until the recording ends. I guess I just covered everything so well. So get back with the person who shared this with you. They will help you place that order so you can qualify for the giveaway, qualify to get started with us on Saturday, and start thriving in 2025. Thank you everybody for being here. I really appreciate you all, and I'm so excited for this 90-day journey together. Aloha.